This is a story about a girl named Beatrice who lives with her father, mother, and brother Caleb in a future society that is divided into 5 major factions: Dauntless, Amity, Erudite, Abnegation, and Candor. Beatrice's parents are Abnegation. However, because Beatrice and Caleb are 16 years old, they must go through a test and pick what faction they want to be in. Those with no faction become factionless. As Beatrice takes the faction test, she is put through a series of trials which reveals that she is not drawn to one faction but 3. This is extremely rare and dangerous, which the society calls Divergent. Still, Beatrice must choose her faction. At the choosing ceremony, Caleb chooses Erudite and Beatrice chooses Dauntless, both choices that are against the norm. Beatrice is then led with the other Dauntless initiates and they must jump on a train to Dauntless headquarters. Once at the headquarters, a leader named Max tells them they must jump off a building. Beatrice is the first to jump and lands in the hidden net. As a Dauntless, her new identity and name is Triss. The Dauntless-born initiates are separated from the non-Dauntless-born initiates for their training, ranking, and initiation. 4 is Triss's trainer, and he first teaches them to shoot a gun. During the training, Trish becomes friends with her fellow trainees, including Al, Christina, and Will. She even gets a tattoo of birds in remembrance of her family. The group of initiates are then trained in hand-to-hand combat. Triss has to fight Peter, another initiate who is highly competitive, who dominates her in the fight. She eventually recovers from her injuries and continues the training. The initiates are taken to the fence, where Dauntless guards patrol. 4 then has them play capture the flag with paintball guns. As Triss's team is fighting about what to do, Trish and 4 climb an old Ferris wheel and spot the other team. Triss relays a message and their team wins. Visiting day arrives where families, both Dauntless and not, visit the initiates. Most non-Dauntless families visit, but Trish's mother arrives. They talk and Trish's mother warns her to be careful. Triss also realizes that her mother was born as a Dauntless. After the first stage of initiation is complete, Trish is in the middle of the rankings. However, during the night, the top-ranked boy gets stabbed in the eye with a knife by Peter. During the next phase of initiation, all of the initiates are given a serum that reveals their fears and the instructors can watch. In Trish's tests, she often envisions her family. However, 4 notices how Trish handles the simulation and recognizes that she is divergent. He tells her that she has to keep it a secret. After the second phase of initiation, Trish is ranked in first place, but she is kidnapped and nearly thrown into the chasm by Peter and 2 others. 4 rescues her, but before the perpetrators escape, she recognizes Al as one of the kidnappers. Al tries to apologize, but Trish doesn't want to see him. Confused and alone, Al jumps into the chasm and dies. Trish decides to visit her brother Caleb, and so she leaves and enters the city where the Erudite live and train. They see each other and Caleb tells her that something bad is going to happen to the Abnegation. Meanwhile, Trish and 4 become close and become romantically involved. The final phase of initiation involves each initiate facing their fears in a virtual reality simulation. One night, Trish goes with 4 into his virtual reality simulation of his fears, and he reveals his true identity, the son of a famous Abnegation leader. His real name is Tobias. The final day of initiation arrives with each initiate entering the simulation one at a time. Trish is last to enter the simulation. She faces her fears including drowning, crows, and killing her family, but is also presented with a romantic scene with Tobias as intimacy scares her. When her simulation is over, Trish quietly leaves and the Dauntless celebrate the new initiates the following day, injecting each initiate with a special serum. That night, Trish wakes up to find that every initiate is up and preparing for battle in a sleepwalking state of mind. She goes along with them even if she is fully aware of what is happening, and everyone boards a train. Trish sees Tobias on the train and the 2 of them escape as they are the only ones not affected by the serum's control. Soon, the Dauntless begin shooting the Abnegation members of the city. As Tobias and Trish try to escape, they are captured by Dauntless soldiers and brought to Janine, leader of the Erudite. She reveals her plan to take over the government and recognizes that both Tobias and Trish are divergent, which makes them immune to the serum. Tobias is taken away to the control room while Trish is left in a glass chamber to drown. However, Trish's mother rescues her. As they escape, Trish's mother reveals that she is also divergent, but the Dauntless soldiers kill her as Trish runs to where her father and brother are hiding. After meeting up with her father, brother, and a few others, including Tobias's father, Trish leads some of them back to Dauntless headquarters to shut down the computer that is controlling the Dauntless soldiers. Trish and her father make it to the building, but her father is killed in action. Trish makes it to the control room only to be confronted by Tobias. He nearly shoots her, but quickly recognizes her and they shut down the computer program. In the end, Trish leads a group towards Amity headquarters as the Dauntless soldiers wake up to what they've done. Don't forget to subscribe for more Minute Book Reports, and thanks for watching.